Welcome to Project Car Media. In this video, I'm going to be installing some EBC Rotors and Yellowstuff pads on the E36. And I'll also show you the new tires I got for the Kose K1s before we head over to Oregon Raceway Park to test them out. All right, let's check out the pads and rotors that I got for the E36. Now, if you remember from the previous track day video, I basically said that on the first turn of the first session, I said that my brakes were smoked. Then as the track day went on, I wasn't sure if my tires were being slippery or if it was the track. So I ended up getting some new brakes and new tires for the Kose K1s that I bought a couple months ago, which I'll show you guys those here in just a second. Now, I had a big debate on going with the stock size brakes, just because I really wanted to do an E46 330i big brake upgrade, and that would have been really cool because those are huge rotors. Unfortunately, you need certain 17-inch wheels to fit those brakes, and I only have 16-inch wheels, so I was forced to go with an OEM size rotor, but it's okay because these are at least brand new and slotted and they'll work a lot better than what I currently have. So let's check out the EBC Yellowstuff pads. I've been running these on pretty much every one of my race cars. I ran these on my 2012 1 Series when I took it to the track. I've ran these on my drift car. I've ran these on this E36 currently, and I really like these pads. As you can see here, EBC Yellowstuff pads. Like I said, I really like these pads a lot, and I ran them for years. So why change? I'm going to go with these. They keep the temperatures down on the rotors pretty well. And let me show you the rotors I got. All right, here are the rotors. These are so cool. I really wish they would stay black after you drive it, but I think this coating will come off pretty soon. But as you can see, they're nice and slotted, and they're an OEM size, so this is just a stock 325 size rotor, but they're obviously vented for the front, and really nice rotors. So these, mixed with some EBC pads and broken in correctly, I think will give me a lot more confidence on the track, and I'll be able to hopefully put in some good time. So between this and the tires I got with the new water pump and thermostat and everything in the car, should be dialed for Oregon Raceway Park coming up in a couple weeks. So these are the brakes I got. Let me show you guys the tires before I throw them on the car. Here are the tires I got. These are not the Falcon RT660s like I said I was going to get. These are actually the Hankook RS4s. So these are basically just the new version of the tire that I was running. And the reason for that is because I ended up talking to a buddy at the club who has these RS4s, and he said that if you're looking for a track tire, these will last a lot longer than the RT660s. The RT660s might be a little bit more sticky, but these ones will last a lot longer, and I confirmed that with our club sponsor who I got these tires through. So that's perfect for me because tires are expensive and I don't want to replace them all the time. I want these to be able to be my tires for a couple seasons. So I went with these, and as you can see on the top here, the size is a 225 50 16, and what I was running was a 225 55 16. So these are technically just a little bit smaller, which is good because I think under hard turning at the last autocross, I might have been rubbing on the driver's side in the back a little bit. So I'm hoping these will help with that, but they look really cool. So I'm excited to get these thrown on as soon as we get the front brakes done. Then we're gonna head out to Oregon Raceway Park and test out these new tires and the new brakes and see what times I can put out there. I think my best time in this car, the prior time I was there, was a 2-minute 30-second. So I'm gonna try to beat that with these new tires and new brakes. So I'm going to start with the driver's side front, and as you can see, this is the old rotor, which was actually replaced once while I owned the car, and the rotor itself feels really, there's still a lot left. There's not a lot of grooves, and there must be plenty of pad left too. I think that the pads may have warped the rotors or something. There's definitely a wobble when I'm trying to brake at 90 miles an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and get these off. We'll put the new one back on and put it all back together with the new pads, and we should be good to go. So And there's lots of videos out there on how to replace a rotor on E36. So I'm going to go ahead and just skip that part and show you guys what it looks like with the new pads and the new rotor. Here is the finished product. I really like the look of these black rotors. I really wish that they would stay black. I think that would look really cool, but got the brand new EBC pads and the brand new EBC rotor. I really can't tell what was causing my brakes to wobble so much. I mean, there's a little bit of a lip, and perhaps maybe going around it's more warped, but here's the outer pad, and I mean, to me it looks pretty evenly worn and stuff. So yeah, leave a comment in the comment section if you know why possibly the rotor was wobbling. Now, there was one thing: the set screw was not all the way in, so when I pulled the wheel off and pulled the caliper apart, the rotor was a little bit loose. But I would imagine that wouldn't matter when the wheel is on and the lug nuts are bolted down and everything like that. So not really sure. Perhaps it's the passenger side that is the bad rotor. I'm not really sure, but yeah, looks really good. I'm gonna go ahead and do the passenger side and then throw all the wheels on, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. I got the wheels on with the new tires, got the new brakes installed, and these new tires are definitely smaller. I just got back from my first drive with the new tires and the new brakes. As you can see, the brakes are starting to get their coating worn off. The tires feel really good, and the brakes, you know, they're going to feel a little bit weird at first because they have that abrasive coating that they need to get off of the rotors. And so according to EBC, they basically say that I need to drive this normally for 200 miles and then do the bed-in process, which is going from 60 to 20 5 times. And then they even say that you won't realize the full performance of the pads until you hit 1,000 miles. The track day for Oregon Raceway Park is in about 2 weeks. So I basically have like 2.5 weeks to put, you know, at least 200 miles on this car so I can get the pads properly bedded in. So yeah, next time you see the car, I will be at the track, and we'll see you guys there. All right, it is a few weeks later, and I am on my way to Oregon Raceway Park in the BMW. I got a few hundred miles on these new brakes, and I got my new tires. I got a couple hundred miles on them. They're all broken in. Got about 20 more minutes before I get to ORP, and once I get there, gonna get all signed in, get ready to go, and we'll see if I can beat my previous time of 2 minutes 30 seconds that I did a couple years ago. Hopefully I can. We will see. Let's go ahead and get there, get checked in, and we'll see you guys out on the first session. All right, well, I made it back to my garage in one piece. The BMW did absolutely amazing. Drove it 300 miles, did autocross with it, did a track day with it, drove it all the way home, and it didn't even skip a beat. If you saw in the previous clip, I beat my old time by 4 seconds, which, you know, doesn't seem like a lot, but on a track in the same car with the same driver, that's actually a lot. So super impressed with the Hankook RS4s and the EBC brakes. Really, there's nothing much to say about the car. It did absolutely amazing. I'd say, you know, maybe just for safety purposes in the future, I need to do a brake fluid flush and get some actual .4 brake fluid in there. Something that won't boil or anything, for my peace of mind. So that is going to be it for this video. In the next video, we're going to get back to working on the RSX. I have been waiting for some parts. I had kind of a mix up with the coilovers. So in the next video, we're going to be installing the coilovers, installing the short ram intake, taking it for a test drive to see how if the intake makes any difference, and see if the coilovers ride any better than the stock, which I know they probably will. Then we'll take it over to Peak Innovation Motorsports and get it aligned. Maybe check out the underneath of the car while it's up on the lift, see if there's anything crazy. After that, we'll get to finally see the car lowered, which I've been waiting for since I got it. I think it's gonna completely change the look of the car. Stick around for that video coming up in 2 weeks. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.